Well, hello, everyone. These
Hello,
beautiful
hello,
ladies.
ladies. Hi
Hello,
there.
Great
hello.
morning.
Another Saturday of In the Life. We are here. I am Lavanya Carrington. I am here with
Kimberly
Lisa
Byfield.
and Lisa Heron out
I
of
knew you guys I knew you guys were
Arizona.
gonna talk at the same time.
Right?
I know.
No worries at all. But guys, seriously, wow, what a week it has been. Oh my goodness. I have met a lot of people this week, right?
Oh,
Um,
yes.
and I guess it's almost like a resounding, you know how you kind of start to hear the same thing over and over, right?
Mhm.
And I was thinking about, well, I kind of had the conversation with a few of the people that I spoke to, right? Just kind of allowing them to listen to their selves. A lot of times when people are talking to me, I will kind of do something to make them repeat what they said, so they can hear themselves, right? And so that
Mhm.
brought me to the whole thing about affirmations, affirmations, proclamations, just what is it? Staking your claim, right?
Yeah.
That's seriously what an affirmation is. Stake your claim. Go ahead and do it. Um, I'm hearing a lot of, I guess, unsureness. And
Mm.
the thing about the unsureness is everyone seems to be okay with talking about the unsureness and the um, just the things that probably aren't going to work so well in their lives, right? It's
Okay.
it's almost like it is we get what we focus on, right? Whatever
Yes.
we put our attention to is usually what shows up over and over and over in our lives. And so I guess I thought about it would be really important to talk about affirmations, right? And I guess an affirmation, could be negative too. Lisa,
Absolutely.
what do you think about that? Right. So I guess the pretense of this all is start proclaiming some amazingness
Yes.
happening in your life, right?
Yes.
Exactly.
Don't talk about what you can't do because you already know what you can't do.
Right.
You haven't been able to do it yet, so it's obvious that it's not going to come into fruition, right?
Yeah.
Um, and another thing is, I think, and this could be, just me wrapping my head around it. I think a lot of people really don't understand the concept of planting a seed and watching it actually grow fruit,
Yes.
Right.
right? And it's not overnight, it's
No,
consistent.
no, no.
Yeah,
Exactly.
you have to persist in what it is that you want. You have to fight for it, or you're not going to have it. You're not going to have it at all. Not at all. And Lisa, yeah, tell me what your thoughts were on affirmations.
Well, for a long time, I didn't have a thought of affirmation. I had no idea
Hmm.
that what I was speaking to myself, that I was planting seeds,
Sure.
a lot of seeds of doubt, though.
Ooh.
So something as simple as doing something and go, oh my gosh, that was stupid of me. That's an affirmation.
Yep.
Okay. And instead of saying that that was stupid of me, I now say, oh, I just found a way that it's not going to work. So
Hmm.
let me try a new way. So
Right.
Sure.
changing how I speak to myself now, and it's not it's not, an affirmation isn't just I am amazing, I am beautiful. Those are great ones, but again, something as simple as, oh my gosh, the glass fell off the table, it was my fault.
Hmm.
Look what I did. Not, oh, that was so stupid of me, or I'm just so
Mm.
stupid. People, I hear people say that about themselves all the time.
And don't check
Yeah.
And before, I accepted it because I did it too. So it wasn't a big deal. I didn't realize that those was the seeds that I was implanting. And then, of course, as we know, you get what you focus on. And so if I focus on being stupid or thinking that I can only do things that are stupid, or everything that I do is stupid, or I'm so wrong, I can never do anything right. I'm affirming that about
Mhm.
myself.
Right.
And of course, when am I going to do something right?
And how about, and I don't mean to cut you off, but how about the fact that, when you plant that seed of, of something amazing, right? Um, and then you talk about something that's, gonna phase it out basically. It's,
Right. You
it's almost
cancel
like,
it.
it's almost
Exactly. You
exactly.
cancel it out. Right.
You
It's like,
cancel it.
Out.
Right.
yeah, you got a
Right.
positive and then you add that negative and it's like, gone.
Absolutely. Like a
Exactly.
mathematical equation, when you put that
Exactly.
negative in there, it does the opposite of adding, right?
Exactly.
So we're
Everything is
here.
math.
So that's why we're here, ladies and gentlemen, today to really educate, elevate, and empower, because those little words, and my daughter, sometimes she does it and it really makes me cringe. Oh my gosh. But because she's a grown woman, I'm learning to shut my mouth. Mind your business, Lisa. So,
Well, there's a good way to correct it. You tell her to phase it another way.
I try.
Yeah, you just have to keep being consistent,
I
Oh,
share.
no,
Kim, girl,
Yeah,
listen.
I know.
We have to come into our own. So she's working on it.
Right,
She's working on saying less, I have
right.
to say. So
We set the
and
example. We just
it,
set the example for them to
and
follow.
that's it. Like, oh my gosh, I found a new way to not do that.
Oh,
Right,
So
right, 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 right.
that didn't work. And I just think about all of the inventors that we have. You know, that whole nother story of how that happened. But let's just even take Benjamin Franklin, for instance. They said he did it 10,000 times, didn't get right. But what if he did it 5 times and was like, you know what? I'm the dumbest thing ever. I'm never going to get this right. And quit.
Right, right, right.
And quit. So we have to use our affirmations to really build ourselves up, because we can be so encouraging for others, but never have a kind word for ourselves.
Yeah, very
Never.
hypocritical of yourself. Yep, yep.
Exactly. So getting into that habit will actually teach one how to love and be in love with themselves. And I can definitely attribute to that. It's working. So
Yes.
yeah. Yeah.
I love it. I love it. Kimberly, what were your thoughts on affirmation?
Well, my thoughts were, I remember being, I guess, introduced to affirmations maybe even back in the 80s, like when Oprah was doing her show and Ilyana Vincent had her little book of affirmations, but never really realized how impactful that they really were until we got into network marketing.
Okay.
And a lot of the things that really, I've been exposed, but what made it kind of like really come into importance for me was you sharing a lot of things with me, like the biggest secret with Earl Nightingale
Yeah.
Okay.
The stranger
and
secret.
Abraham Hicks, things like that made it really come to fruition for me because Bob Proctor would say, words, your thoughts become things, right? That's what Bob Proctor says. And then other gurus say things like your thoughts become words, your words become things. So what we focus on and think about all the time really manifests in our lives in so many ways, like being broke,
Yeah.
being confident, being time free, being able to manifest like even a vacation. Certain things, like sometimes we wonder, like my circumstances haven't changed much, but like I get to experience life more, and maybe it's because of my outlook and the way I'm thinking. And another thought that I found when I was doing a little bit of looking, because I went looking for things that were like, how do affirmations turn on like a switch to attune you with what you want or get you on that same vibrational frequency that brings or attracts those things to you.
Sure.
And I didn't find exactly what I wanted to, although, you have to keep researching. But what I did find was even your thoughts. Like if your mind is not organized and you have a lot of clutter around you,
Yeah.
it's difficult to manifest those things because we have to stay constantly laser, and this is Lavanya's word, laser focused on the things you want to reach them, because our minds are so filled with everything. Like you could be cooking dinner and a thought pops in your head, and women are guilty, I think, more than men because we multitask all the time.
Yeah.
We tear our attention to other things all the time. And in order for you to really manifest the things you want, you have to be consistent, was another word Lisa said. You have to be focused, which is Lavanya's word, and you have to be diligent and persistent. So Lavanya and I talked yesterday, and I'm not meditating, or I'm not doing my affirmations like I should, because in the morning when I wake up, I care for someone who's not able to care for themselves. So I pop up,
Right.
and my first instinct is to get up and tend to my baby, make sure he's comfortable and dry, whatever. But my last thing I do at night should be my affirmations, my meditation, so that I'm setting my frequency and my tone for the next day, so that when I wake up, things that I want to bring into fruition and to manifest in my life, I have already set them into motion, and I've tuned into that station that's going to get me to where I want to go. And it's all something that we have to work on diligently on a daily basis, and it has to be a habit. And I remember a classmate of mine, her mother worked down at the federal building, and I went to get my passport. And every time I said a word like unfortunately or perhaps, she would say, she would correct me. And now looking back, I see that she was making me put things into a positive light,
Right.
so that I can bring about the manifestations that I want.
Right.
And,
Right.
and every time we talk about affirmations and just people, she's a motivating woman. I always looked up to her. She was very like a role model type. That's somebody that you would always think positively of when you thought of her. And it's probably why, because she was tuned into that frequency.
Wow. Wow. Yeah. And I mean, it's something as simple as understanding that you have to fortify your soul and your spirit as much as you have to fortify that hungry feeling in your belly, right? It's something that you don't necessarily feel, it's a knowing, right? You know when you're not necessarily balanced, or you know when you're not necessarily grounded. You just don't know. Well, if you're not studying about it, you don't know how to get to it. You don't know how to get through it, right? I saw something. It was a meme online that said, "If you're going through hell, keep going."
Going. You'll
Right?
get out.
That's great information, but how? How do I keep going through hell? How do I make it okay for me to really, really, just take in that hell and just keep driving through it, right?
Everything is temporary. Nothing's going to last forever.
We've been through hell, and yes, it's temporary, right? Just like the seasons that we're going through. It's not going to last. Nobody, well, I didn't, somebody might, but not many people love below zero weather, okay? Right? But, and especially if you have to get up and be at work every morning at 6, 7 o'clock in the morning, right? And then just imagine that now you got to be there at 6, 7. It's 7 below zero, and you work outside. Okay. Okay. So I'm just putting it into a whole, right? When you're going through your hell that you put yourself into, and yes, this is what I've decided to do. This is how I fortify this is how I pay my mortgage. This is how I pay, right? So I have to get up and do this. But one day when you wake up, it was hell. It was cold. When you wake up and it happens to be you can hear some birds. Wait a minute.
Right. It's March.
Birds outside.
Right.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Excited. Okay, let me get dressed, but I don't have to put on so many layers, right?
Exactly.
Let me put on all the layers, and maybe I'll just take a few off, right? A little bit later on today. But how do you keep going through hell? How do you keep going through hell when you're not breathing properly?
Right.
Right? And so that's a good way. This is a good point for us to segue into our meditative point. So we always do something about breathing. Always do something about gathering ourselves back
Yes.
to ourselves, right? Because in the week we've given a little bit here, we've given a little bit over there,
Yeah.
right? You got this call from what east, wherever, and you had to get in your car and you had to go there. And so at the end of the week, or even at the end of the month, or even at the end of the year, well, let's go with the end of the week. Let's not let's not try and put it together after the end of a year, right? So the end of every week, after we've gathered ourselves back to all these people that needed just a little piece of us, right?
Right.
What do we do to keep going through hell? Or we're not gonna call it hell no more, because we've already been through it, right?
Right.
If you're going through hell right now and you're on this webinar and you're listening, you're here for a reason.
Yes.
We're here for you, right? We're here for us, but we're also here for you. So yes, this message is for you. Get yourself together. Get it together. Get it together. Get your affirmations together. Write them down. Say them every day. Put them in. Yeah. As a matter of fact, you know how when you feel hungry, even if you're fasting, you get those hungry pains, right? And you ignore them. But let's not ignore our hungry pains anymore with our spirituality, right? Within ourselves, within our development, so to speak.
Right.
Whenever you feel hungry in your stomach, you can rest assured that your spirit is hungry too. There's something you need to do. There's a focus you need to, right? When you feel that hungry sensation within your belly, go ahead and say, you know what, let me give myself a little bit of time. Let me close my eyes a little bit. What is it that my spirit is looking for at this point, right? Because just like we open up the refrigerator, and after we feel that hungry pain, first we're gonna look around the kitchen and say, wait a minute, are there any bananas? Should I open up an avocado? Right? We're trying to figure out what is it? What do I want? No, I don't want that. Do we have any chunky peanut butter? How many chunky peanut butter people are on this webinar right now? Let me tell you.
I love a chunk.
Listen, chunky peanut butter. I know it's not the greatest, but it's gonna help you, right?
It can help.
So the same
apple, it can help.
Spiritual and your soul. What is it that it's looking for? Do you need to be quiet for a little while?
Yeah, I mean,
do you need to?
There's times when you cry for no reason, or you just feel drained for no reason.
Do you need
That's
to
your spirit talking to you?
And crying is the best. It cleanses. So let it out. I've been crying like a lot lately. I've never been as emotional as I am right now, but I cried not too long ago for being happy. And that was the first time ever. And it felt so good to cry because I was happy.
I love it.
And I did too.
my mother's a happy crier.
Oh my gosh.
Like,
I'm guilty of that too.
When I was a child, I did not understand. I'm looking for the cut. Is she bleeding? What's going on? She's happy that it's one of her great aunt's birthdays. Like, wait, really? Oh, okay. That's how we do happy. That's how we do happy over here, okay?
Yeah. But like you said, our spirit needs food too. We have a spiritual need, and we have to tap into that, be in tune with it. Yeah.
Stop ignoring it. Stop it. Stop ignoring it. Right?
Yeah.
Come on.
Women are guilty. Women are very guilty of being that for everybody, but we don't take time for ourselves. Just ourselves.
We don't.
Exactly.
Yeah. We are always a nurturer. And this is a favorite part of every day that we do this, when we get together. Honestly, this is my very, very, very favorite thing, because after we do this, I feel renewed, refreshed. a little bit more alive, actually.
I love it. I love it. So if you're on this webinar and you're listening, go ahead and do hashtag meditate. Do a hashtag meditate, right?
Yes.
Do a hashtag affirmation, right? Let us know that you listen to this and you're going to get it together. You're going to process things a little bit better so you can get through hell, right?
Right.
So we're going to start our meditation. All right, I want everyone to sit up straight for me. If you can, put your feet on the ground because we're going to act as if we're outside on the grass and you're grounding yourself, right? In order, sometimes when you haven't done something before, it's hard for you to really, really take it in. So I like to give you the option to stretch out your arms, look at your fingers. Well, look straight. I want you to focus straight, but in your peripheral, I want you to look at your fingers. So right to left, you're going to see your fingers in your peripheral vision. Believe it or not, some people can see all the way around their backs. You can see behind them, right? I'm not there yet. One day, right? Look at your fingers and go ahead and just understand that you're opening up your peripheral vision, which is opens up your horizon, which allows you to take something in better that you weren't, privy of prior to now. And so now, sit up straight. I want you to go ahead and take 3 deep life force breaths. Inhaling through your nose and exhaling out through your mouth. Begin to relax awareness of your surroundings and any connection to your surroundings, right? You're here with me. You're listening to my voice. We are together. Set the intention that we are in the same room. Observe your breathing. Every nuance of the action. Your breath is the engine that fuels your life force to focus, right? It is the first action that you take upon birth and continues vitally throughout your entire life experience. The last action you perform in the physical is breathing. As you transition out of your form, it is a constant reminder that you are here, right? So keep breathing for me. In and out. Be aware and aligned with the inner you as you start to journey within. Know more about the function of you and how you take yourself to the very next level of leading, right? You're going to lead yourself. When you master yourself, you can then take others on a journey too, right? It's just amazing. All right, so I want everyone to go ahead and squeeze your collateral muscles, right? For females, your yoni, and for our male counterpart, the linga. Both generative power and they both generate power and feminine vitality. Set your intentions and flex that muscle. Go ahead and feel it. Now take 3 deep life force breaths, inhaling through your nose and exhaling out of the mouth. Allow your breath to literally go through your heart, into the front, and then straight out of the back of your heart, in and out. As you merge deeper into your consciousness now and tune your heart frequency with your brain, right? Now, I want you to bring that attention to the base of your skull, the back of your skull, the back of your head, where your head rests on the top of your spine. This point signifies the apex of a triangle, if you can imagine. Just slowly bring your attention to the tops of your shoulders and the top of your collarbone, both sides of your shoulders of your back. Bring your attention now from the top of your skull to the top of your shoulders, creating that triangle, if you will. Take a moment to make that adjustment. Now, as you continue to focus, right, you can be sure that you are safe now. So what you're doing is actually aligning your heart with your brain. You're on the same frequency with your heart and your brain right now. Go ahead and keep breathing through your heart into the front and out to the back. And as you continue to focus, you can be sure now that you are safe and you are with friends, right, that want you to breathe more effectively. We're showing you how to breathe more effectively, your life force breath. It is your divine birthright to balance your divine feminine energy to emerge, right, that mirror, and give you a more compassionate approach to life, to all life forms, to allow your posture to pour forth energy into continual acts of kindness, to what competition over, right, and recognize one's responsibility to usher in a new paradigm of your light into society and become that essence of you, that true essence of you. As you practice to focus on sustaining a higher consciousness for the greater good of you and anyone that is blessed to come in contact with you. And as you make this a part of your practice, believe it or not, you only have to do this for 2 or 3 minutes. So we are there. You have already done, you have already set your intentions and your alignment. Believe it or not, it really does not take a whole lot, right? People say, I cannot meditate, but you can. Just 2 to 3 minutes of just an intentional focus on sections, right? Portions that your birth that God has already given you, things inside of your body that are just so powerful that you need to bring forth every day, right? And every night you have to fit it into your life because you need it. So you need it bad. Now I want you to sit up straight again. I want you to relax your shoulders, relax your jawbone, right? Open your eyes. I want you to look at the floor. With your head straight, I want you to bring your vision from the floor all the way straight up to the top of the ceiling. Now I want you to look at something in the room that you haven't noticed in a long time. Appreciate that something that you haven't noticed. If you're in a foreign room, find something and appreciate it. And you are back. You're back in the present now. Now all you need to do is take action, right? What is it? What is it that you've been procrastinating on? Affirm, no more procrastination.
No more procrastination.
And
No more procrastination.
and go ahead and take that action. Thank you so much
No,
for being in this meditation with me. Thank you.
love it.
Yeah,
My
that was
favorite
great.
part.
Awesome. Awesome.
It's
All right,
an alignment.
So
I do have an affirmation to share.
oh, I love it.
Okay.
And just something really simple. Healing energy is constantly filling every cell of my body.
Oh, I love it.
Oh, I love that. I
I'm
love
writing
it.
it down. I'm writing
And
it
then
down in my affirmation book.
our mantra for every week is you're amazing and don't forget to rock.
I love
There
it.
you go. That's it.
Harness that natural energy we have.
We have everything we need.
Yes, we do. We were made amazingly well.
Yeah, we really do. We really do. Pay attention to your breath. It's your life force. this webinar is officially over.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Love you,
everyone.
ladies. Love you all.
Yeah.